Both of these players have won this tournament. FSR and SVB, they know what it takes to win the PLP. Shane van Boening is in 5th place on 10 points. FSR in 6th place on 9 points. Jeremy Jones in the booth. JJ walking into the arena today just feels different, doesn't it? You can tell.
Yeah, we talked about in the opening match that, you know, maybe that's just more of like it was on day one. Just the last couple days, you had players like the guy next to me that knew he was in a good spot, playing great. So maybe a little easier to have a little fun with it. And of course, the other end, the guys that maybe know they're not going to make it, right? Easier to have a little fun with it also, but definitely more like the business mind, you know, frame of mind here to open. Don't mind him taking on the cut into the combo. Yeah, I really don't. Let the cue ball turn loose a little bit, but I don't think you can ease it. I think it's been kind of a different feeling from this guy each day as well. He's going to love this. Tough pink 4 on that left knuckle side pocket. Not in love with that pink 4 to play to the lower left, I'll tell you. Good thing is the 7 plays in the lower right, so if he can fall straight, that's an option. It's going to get pretty decent here to try and fall straight. Drag shot isn't one that Shane uses a lot. I thought he would try and lay up for the ball in the lower left there. Didn't think he ever had a chance really at that angle to draw into it, but you can tell this wasn't his plan, just to set up for a safety. Easy to end up short here coming behind the 7.
Yeah, he had a look at the bank into the corner. Didn't want the full ball hit on the 7 either. Table 2 still going 4-2 to Neuhausen. Both players have had visits in rack number 7. Neuhausen's currently got the short stick in his hand, so he's playing the jump shot. Yeah, FSR's got one of these shots where you've not had a visit yet, but can really help you kickstart your match this if you knock this in. Dig in and get back. Wonderful shot there from FSR. What a beauty.
Yeah, one of the best shots for the week for him, for me anyways.
Yeah, like so many pool players, when things are going their way, the game just becomes easier, but FSR is definitely one of them. When he gets that flow going and he's knocking the balls in and running the tables, he can really, really kick on. Is today the day we see that? Neuhausen's got ball in hand over on table 2. He missed the 4, did not hit a rail. He's just double checking, but it was a foul. He's got a chance to win the point here.
Yeah, and you look at these score lines, you got to believe it's going to be a little more up and down for all the players with the final 10 involved here. So these score lines might have a little something to do with our final 6. Maybe not the best ball in hand shot there. A little smile from Moritz. Got a hair out of line. Shouldn't cause a big problem. And what I see with Yap is he's been one of the guys that's saying, "Oh man, it's hard for me to work that cue ball." And he's a guy that relies on that cue ball. He's so good with it. Once he gets in line, he stays in line. Golden break. Wow, tattooed in the lower left corner.
Yeah, so Shane's visit to the table in rack 1 and the mistake, he's had double bubble punishment. Told you about table 2, and we've seen Neuhausen take ball in hand. Here's another look at the golden. Off the side rail, cuts it into the corner. Usually goes in that corner or the same side middle pocket of the cue ball.
Yeah, if you're Shane, it feels like punishment from a mistake. Could have happened anyways, though, alternate break, but I get the feeling also. Or maybe he earned it with that nice shot on the pink FSR.
Yeah, Shane Van Boening does not strike me as the type of character to be worrying about golden breaks and the timing of them. I'm sure he's still thinking about what did I do in rack 1. Okay, this is the 9 ball for Neuhausen. And there it is, 5-2 win over Yap. A really good win there, played very nice indeed, and that will put Neuhausen level with Shaw on 11 points. Just Chua sits above them on 12 in second place, and Capito, well, he's on his own, top of the leaderboard on 13 points.
Nice opener there from Shane. Probably unexpectedly caught the 8 with the cue ball. Needs to make another nice one.
Now shot on the 4. Just look at how hard he hit that ball. Absolutely thudded into the back of the pocket. Robert Capito back in the arena on table 2 against Cledio. Catch it.
Yeah, and just reducing the field can make you start to feel a little pressure, like if you're Cledio, who lost his opener and looking to see what he can do in second match, doesn't want to lose the first 2 in this somewhat smaller field.
Yeah, for Duong Kwok Kwang and Cledio and Sanjin. You know, we've got 9 matches to play in the second phase of the PLP. You kind of just get the impression they're going to be winning these matches, don't you, JJ?
Yeah, for sure, and very capable of doing it. I kind of said to open, I thought Duong would really surprise us in this next round. I still think that could happen, even though he lost his opener.
SVB is off the board. I wonder how many break and runs that man has done in his pool career. What age did SVB start playing again, JJ?
2 years old.
2 years old?
Yeah, his parents and grandparents were players, and his mother was a national champion on the amateur side, 8 ball and 9 ball, I believe both.
Okay, so
Maybe it was his grandmother that was a national champion.
yeah, so if you want to get as good as Shane, you need to be playing when you're in your nappies. Or diapers, as you call it over there.
Yeah. What do y'all call it? Nappies?
Nappies, yeah. My son says diapers. He says a lot of words, a lot of the American words, my son. He
Smart
says,
young man.
yeah, he says, can we go and get some candy? I say, sweets, you mean? No, because he watches a lot of YouTube, so everything he watches is American. So half the time he's talking, he's saying your words, Jeremy.
Yeah, the one I like is that y'all say is happy days. Of course, reminds me of my buddy over there in London, Rich Fullwell. But you say that as well.
Yeah, happy days, yeah.
Pretty common one. Seen it on a few of the shows here. All right, more 9 ball action. Dry break. No, the 3's going to get in. Set up on the 1, I think.
Did you see how deep the 1 went into the side? Pay attention to the yellow one in the side pocket. 3 or 4 bumps, it looked like. You say he's on the 1, but is it touching the rail, Jeremy?
That's close. I mean, it does go down the rail. Tough shot. Kind of shot, though. He made a lot of these types down the rail when he was snapping off all those tournaments.
I'm not saying he can do it here, but there is a trick shot, isn't there? You know, when it's touching the point, you can slam it head on and it squeezes off the rubber.
Yeah, you compress the rail. I don't like this one at all. Not for the side, anyways. I think he's got to attack the corner, though.
Yeah, I don't like it for the corner either. This is a tricky one. It's a shot that you just don't ever really play.
I might just fire it down there and go back and forth rather than rolling it. Kind of stun back and forth. Or we look at all these young names and how long they're going to be competing against each other. And one thing we don't even realize is that's the stroke. That's the one to settle them in. But we don't even realize how many more young names are coming along with these guys.
Yeah, we spend so much of our time on tour talking about the young guns, but I'm kind of intrigued about some of the older players this season. I want to see if one of the older sort of legends of the game can snap one of these open events off, or one of the big majors.
Yeah, are you talking about like a Ralph Souquet?
Yeah, a Souquet, even a Niels. I'm going to put him in that bracket. Just because in snooker, the guys who are nearly 50, they're still winning some of the tournaments. So I don't really see any need why the pool play can't.
No, I think for sure. Definitely Niels has shown us with some runs. What was it, semifinals last year at the U.S. Open, and talked about Ralph. I think he still has that win in him. We all like to think. I think if I played, I could still win. I really do. I mean, it might only be a week, that nice week, right? But that's all it takes.
The temptation is still there for you.
Well, I love playing, that's for sure. Okay, pretty nice. It's a good sign of confidence there, trying to control everything rather than letting something wander. And not his best there. Is going to fall near the cushion. This is one to me, just you really got to get through the ball. It's when it holds up.
Movement.
Well, speaking of older guys, older players, he's the oldest in this event, SVB, 41 years old. And I'd say he was the favorite, my opinion, going into this event if you had to pick one.
defending champion as well. FSR, big mistake there. Played a couple of nice shots in that rack and all. Just lost the cue ball, left it on the rail. Too much body movement. 2-2. Over on table 2. Robbie Capito is at the table. He has a long pot on a blue 2 ball. He's been playing some nice stuff here in the opening 5 days.
Looks the best player to me so far. I don't know about you, Carl.
Yeah, both players are having a nosy, aren't they? Wanted to see Rob knock that ball in, which he did.
Yeah, that in-between stroke from distance, too. Boy, that's a hard one. That's one that you better be pretty sound between the ears and feeling good.
Okay, SVB to break. 2-2, trying to get the yellow 1 in this right-hand side pocket. Yes, he did. Is he going to get a look at the 2? Looks like he is. Funny one, isn't it? The previous rack, FSI's at the table. Looks like he's going to win the rack. He misses that 8 ball, and now he's going to sit there and look at the table and think, it's going to cost me 2 racks, not 1.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of swings for a race to 5, especially just the first half of this race to 5. He can play it down the middle, or he can come 2 cushions, whichever he likes. You get snookered behind the 9? No, he's okay. Just enough. Yeah, from nowhere, he's got to kind of dig on this. A very rare mental error. You hear him say it right after he shot it. Why did I do that? Nice recovery, maybe a subtle swerve around the 9. Just back out to the center. Get a hair tricky from the 5 to the 6 to the 7. Now, does he play behind the 6 to play for something thin here? Get him naturally to the 7. What I mean is lay on that left long rail. All right, he's queuing downward here, maybe dragging the ball a bit. Going into the 8. It's the only thing I could imagine the way he's playing it. Yeah. Players always say, don't go into another ball, but it's not even close to the case if it makes sense.
Yeah, this will come round. Okay. Always admired Shane's cue ball control. Plays so many shots, and when you see the cue ball come to rest, it just feels like he's put it there with his hand. Yeah, don't let me down here, Shane. See what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Talk about him a lot. Kind of in comparison to Johnny a little bit back when he played. He was the biggest breaker, but got overlooked how great a position he was going through the racks.
Yeah, Johnny Archer, what a player he was. I didn't see the best of him, but I certainly seen what he could do. Don't worry about that. I had the pleasure of playing him in a singles point, actually, Moscone Cup. He beat me Hill. Always used to enjoy watching him play, to be fair.
Oh, he was a tactician through the rack. I mean, just and a guy that could come with a big shot also.
Yeah, great potter of the ball, wasn't he? I sort of like the way he cued it as well, you know, with that loop bridge and everything.
Yeah, well, he was a good athlete, I'll tell you. He just, you had to see him shoot the basketball, golf course, great short game, and just another one of those guys that he got it, right? He could get it.
What age would he be at now, Johnny Archer?
I believe he's, let's see, he's born in November. Let's see, I'm 53. I think he just turned 55. So I think during part of our birthdays, I'm only a year older than him, but till I turn 54, I believe is how it works in April. He sits at 2 years older.
And I seen sort of back end of last year or middle of the year, he was playing in some tournaments again, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think you're going to see more of that. I'm not 100% of it. I haven't spoken with him about it, but he played Turning Stone and some other events.
Does he still live down in Georgia area?
Yeah. I believe so, anyway. Player of the decades in the 90s.
Yeah, around the original time first getting into American pool, as we used to call it in England. His pool room in Atlanta was one of the first sort of pool rooms I went to. Big club it was. What was it called?
Marietta Billiard Club.
That was the one.
Yeah, Marietta, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. Actually, one of my sisters was born in Marietta.
Saying that, I don't think he owned it then, actually.
He didn't open the room. No, he bought it.
At the time,
he bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think at the time I went, he didn't own it, but then later on in life, he did own it.
Yeah, him and Kim
right.
Davenport, I believe, were kind of co-owners. So. Kim from Modesto, California, still resides in Atlanta. Another great player.
Yeah, FSR's gearing up for one of these sort of thin cuts down the rail. Cue ball's going to be coming back over. Good shot.
Yeah, can he kill the ball here and take the cut on the 4 and just use the 9 to hold the cue ball for the 5? Can he get past the 7 enough here? Just get out for the center. Again, get a little angle. Shoot the 4 and let the 9 get moved, and you'll have position on the 5. Little kill here, right spin maybe. He's going to love this. I think, anyways. Just like we saw in the first 5 days when Capito's in a match on table 2, it seems like he's at the table quite a bit. Here again in game 2 with a 1-0 lead over Cledio Kachi. I guess he must have fallen kind of straight here. Can't really bump the 9 out of the way.
Similar here, I think he can't help but contact the brown 7. He may just stun into it and knock the 7 to the right hand side of the 9 and just settle for that sort of pot on the 6 ball.
Yeah, I think he's going to run for the shorter pocket. Almost took his eye off the purple 5.
See, me personally, maybe it's because my cue ball wasn't so clever. I just feel like I'd land in a weird spot on the 6. I'd rather take the long pot, me.
I'm with you, though. I was kind of taught don't go past position to just get what you feel is a little better position. And I think it breeds confidence also, just kind of settling for the shot.
Well, crashing into a few balls in this rack, and the 9 ball has just stopped short, but I feel like the combo's not the end of the world.
No, it's not, but it's a stretch, though. He's got to stretch a bit. Could get a hair odd. Really hard to overcut it. Just don't hit it thick into that knuckle. It's sitting there.
Yeah, as you said, Jeremy, look at the stretch here. Yeah, he made it. There's always a big favourite there. That ties it up at 3s. Previous match between Shaw and Perlovanovic went the distance. Chewett against Cledio, first match of the day. That was all Johan Chewett. Yeah, Cledio. Got a bit of work to do here. It's going to be a safety shot on the blue 2. Is it kind of one of them thin ones? Try and brush the blue near the pink. Cue ball over towards that red. Anyway, that's for Cledio catcher. Said Eklund then. Silly me, Eklund's not going to make the top 10, is he?
No, I'm sure he's stuck around to watch little brother.
Yeah, I'm sure he's here somewhere. Probably in the spa. I've seen Labutis actually this morning with the robe on, going enjoying his spa day.
Yeah, this is odd here. That's what I was wondering. Is he going to try and make the pink and bring the 2 down there with the cue ball? Sits pretty nice to do so. Kind of a trick shot, but it is there.
Yeah, you're saying bank the 2 up on the top rail so you've got a shot on it once you knock the pink in.
Yeah, as long as you go into it smoothly, I think the 2 may land up really close to the cue ball. And it's odd otherwise. I mean, you could chip it, try to go a couple rails behind the green 6. Not sure what he's doing, but these guys want to be aggressive.
I think he's playing your shot, yeah. Didn't quite get the 2 out, but listen, made the 4.
Yeah, does he have a pocket for the blue 2? Yeah, you can see a little gesture with the hand. Yeah, so he played it a little on the thinner side. You could have played it thicker, going through the 2 to make the 4 and bringing the 2 down a little more, but I didn't mind his at all. Maybe a little unlucky not to get the side pocket. Gonna be an odd hit here.
Yeah, he's locked him up pretty well. That purple 5 stops the 1 rail kick.
I was thinking about this last night. I don't know why. All this pool, I should just let the brain settle down. But you know, I think it's because something Adam was doing as far as trying to, some subjects about pool, you know, tactically, this guy, who's the best breaker, whatnot. But, you know, if you had to have someone kick at the ball for you, I think it would be easy for everyone to say Efren, right? But I don't know. You know, I think when it comes to creating something that's maybe not seen, I think, yeah, Efren. But I think that players today kick at the ball better as a whole than the players years ago. And I just see them doing more with the kick shot. When they kick, it makes sense. Percentage-wise, they end up getting somewhat safe so much more often. So, you know, I think Efren, again, creating a make or something that's, you know, a little more off the charts, yeah, that's the guy. But I don't know if he kicks safe better than Albin Ocean does. You know what I mean? So
That was my next question. I was going to say, well, who are you picking then? Give us a name.
well, I'm just, you know, I don't even know if Albin's the guy either. But, you know, like we talked about Eklund a lot this week, how incredible he is kicking at the ball when it comes to safe and how often they hit the ball right in the face and the speed and everything else, you know. I think you understand my argument.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe in Efren's area, like you said, maybe he was a bit of a lone wolf, so he stood out more.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like I said, to make one, maybe that's a little different. You know, if I had to have someone kick to try and make a ball, yeah, I want Efren, without a doubt. But when it comes to percentage kicking and being able to do it over and over, I don't see the players from years ago even close to the guys today. And they can say the jump cues and play more or whatever, but they kick awesomely.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very difficult to pick a player. Watch out, cue ball. Yeah, it'd be very difficult to put a name to that, but I know what you mean, Albin. I think Phil has come on leaps and bounds over the last 2 or 3 years. I think Shane's great at kicking as well. He always seems to get the hit, doesn't he? No matter where it is.
Yeah, and again, coming away feeling good about it. What about the guy that's sitting right now? FSR, Al-Kaidi. I mean, there's just a ton of them, I think, that I just think are way ahead of the guys from years ago. And of course, some of those older guys, when one foul came in with the Filipinos and some of the tournament play, they'd tell you, well, we just didn't kick at the ball playing two-shot push-out. And so they had to catch up quickly.
Yeah, Adam did show me the list. What you're talking about. Create the ideal player or something. What about this for a shot?
I'll do.
Wow. What a thin hit safety there from Ruiz. This was also on the subject list, wasn't it? The jump shot, the best jumper.
Well, I think we all know who the best jumper is, but
yeah, I think you mean Mr. Ghost?
Yeah, and I think that's an area he's looking to improve in is that kicking. I think every now and again that's the one thing I see where he's not quite as good as some of the others is kicking at the ball. He's still not terrible, don't get me wrong, but for the number one player in the world, I don't think he's a top 5 kicker of the ball. So.
Explain to the person tuning in what we mean by kicking, Jeremy. Obviously, a lot of players know what we're talking about, but just in case somebody's tuning in who doesn't know what kicking is.
Yeah, when you're snookered, when you have a safety plate on you and you don't have the jump cue available for one reason or another, going to the rail first, trying to create either some luck, a safety, some kind of percentage, or maybe even a make. SVB unloading there. Big part of the game, I'll tell you. Especially since we've changed some of the equipment and some of the rules in the game, we see it a bit more.
Yeah, you could see he was willing the cue ball on. He's right-handed, he can reach over.
Yeah, now he's got to play position instead of an 8-9 combination, maybe. Still, he's pretty natural, 2 rails above.
Yeah, you just don't want to be short here, do you? You want to get up there, and this is what we're talking about with his cue ball. Just look how easy his next shot is because he's landed perfect on the 8. You land a little short, you've then got to start running the cue ball into the 9 and judging that. Yeah, defending champion. He's on the hill. As I said at the start of this match, both these players have won this tournament. They know what it takes. 8 days of 9-ball pool action. As we get to the business end, the real juicy part of this year's IFX payments, Premier League pool. Table 2, I don't actually know what's going on because the cue ball and the 9 has been in that position for a couple of minutes, I think.
Well, Ben was on top of that last shot. Are they taking another look? It looked like an obvious good hit to me. That's the only thing I could imagine.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think Marcel's down in our area just looking at a replay. This is the beauty of WNT. And if you feel like it's a little close, the referee can wander off and look at all these replays backstage and we will get the right decision made.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get a replay on table 2 at some point also.
Well, I'd like to. There's about 10 people looking at the replay, so this must be incredibly tight.
Yeah, I watched the shot. Now, I didn't think there was ever going to be much question looking at it, just on the screen. So when I saw it, I thought it was good. But we'll have a look. Marcel will give the judgment here.
FSR has made the one. There's no attacking shot on the blue two, so it's going to have to be defensive. And if you can't see the bottom, sort of the low end of the blue two, it's a little tricky. Well, he feels like he can see the bottom, or he's certainly swerving to get to the bottom. Yeah, there's the swerve. The bank was never on, I don't think, Jeremy.
No, the 3 was in the way, I think. Here's that look.
Yeah, just watching the distance. First glance, I think.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I think Ben called a foul, and then Robbie questioned it. Is what happened.
Well, Robbie's just potted the 9, so obviously they've gone to the replays and they've looked at it and they know it's a good hit. So
Yeah, Robbie looked pretty content in the chair, and
I know obviously we had a bit of a funny angle there, but my instinct was good hit. What was yours?
oh, I saw it when it was first originally shot.
You've seen the original shot on our TV.
and I felt like it was a no-brainer. It was a good hit, but looking back at that replay, that tells me that that Ben may initially maybe called the foul if you looked at Robbie's face, and Robbie said, "Could we go to the video?" And good thing they did.
Yeah, Robbie's well within his rights just to get a second opinion.
Yeah, this is odd here. You may end up getting into the 5-6 here on accident. He's going to try and avoid it.
Did Shane just cut the blue two in the side? Is that what happened?
He did.
Okay.
Oh, he hit this sweet. May get a little straight. We'll see. You have to play a 5-6 or a 5-7 combination, but really well struck there. Now, does he unload here, drawing the ball? Or does he just kind of like stay for a long 5-6 combo and work the cue ball? I think he's going to bring it. Yeah, why not? So Robbie Capito did make that 9. And it wasn't easy after all that, also waiting. So
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
yeah, and wondering your heart rate's going. Am I going to get the call here? What's going on? But he's up 3-0, playing perfect.
Oh, SVB. We had a good look at that one. It felt like the 9 ball in the sense if I pop this purple 5, at this level you feel like you're going to clear the table. Got away.
And he knows, even though he did get the snooker somehow, that leave an opening, crazy things happen.
Yeah, is it going to be the jump cue, or is he going to go off the top rail? He might be able to go off the side rail, actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I go top rail with the 7 the way it is and take a chance there. Maybe 2 cushions.
I think even if you miss it, the jump shot, though, the purple 5 could go off the top rail and still come back towards the 7.
Yeah, true that. I just always look at, am I going to be able to get something on the 6 if I miss this? Or if I make it, am I going to get anything to shoot at? All right, this came up.
Yeah, it just crept up. He's got natural angle to float over to where he stood with the cue ball. Not the start for Cledio Catch it on day 6. He lost his opening match. This is his second match of the down table 2. He's 3-0 down to Capito, and he currently sits outside the top 6. 6 players will advance from the second phase. 10 players are battling it out here.
Yeah, there's 9 matches for each player in this round. They'll play 6 of them today, so a lot of that story will be told by the end of today.
Yeah, and the points have carried over. We don't start afresh. WNTLivescores.com. check it all out on there. Completely free to sign up. Don't get scared. Just whack the old email address in. Not happy with that one, SVB.
Yeah, it looked like he could have just cheated the pocket and kind of got that same path on the cue ball.
He prides himself in double P. Perfection pool. That's going to get the job done, you know. SVB. This will put him level with Jason Shaw on points and Neuhausen. He currently sits in 5th place on 10. This 9 ball to move up to 11. There it is. The battle between the two guys who have tasted victory at this PLP. Who've held the silverware goes to Shane Van Boening. 5 racks to 3 there.